Hi there and welcome to another Photoshop tutorial. My name is Steve, and in this video we're going to learn how to change a photo to black and white in Photoshop. And it's surprisingly simple, and I'm going to show you how. So let's jump over into an example. We just have this very brightly colored bird, and I'm going to zoom out a tiny bit so it's not right in your face. And let's learn how to make this black and white. And as I said, it's very simple. We're just going to create a black and white adjustment layer for this image. So if you look over here in our layers panel, and I'll drag this over a little bit to make it a little easier to see, we just have our image here. It's labeled background. It's locked, which is fine. What we're going to do is go to our adjustment layers, and that's right down here. And we're going to click on adjustment layers, and we're going to go to black and white adjustment layer. Click on that, and you can see it basically just did it for us already. It created a black and white adjustment layer here on top of our layer, which is very cool. It's a non-destructive version of editing, and so if I click on this little toggle eyeball here, you can see if I hide that layer, it's still our background layer, so we haven't done anything directly to this layer. We've just added a black and white layer over the top of it. Sweet, right? Then the fun part is that it also brings up this properties panel here, and if you don't have that properties panel, sometimes it'll be hidden like this. You can either bring it up, or you may need to go to the window here and go down to properties. And you can see mine is checked because it's showing. But if it's not showing, just click on that and it'll pop up in the middle of your screen. But you can do adjustments to the way that it interprets the black and white from this color image, right? So, for example, you can see we have a lot of kind of yellows and greens in the background, right? So if we go in here and we adjust the yellows in the black and white interpretation, you can watch what happens. So if I increase the yellow, look how it brightens up the background. I could almost take that all the way to a white background if I wanted to. But you can see that also damages some of the yellows in the bird's feathers. And then you can also see if I want to darken the background and maybe create more of a rich contrast, I could darken that by taking out the yellows essentially. And obviously you don't want to go that far, but you can see some of the subtle tweaks that you can make. Okay, so that'd be the yellows. And let's take another look at, let's see, we have a lot of blues, almost blue-greens through the body here. And if I turn that back on, I can adjust the blues in here. And you'll see that, see how it adjusts those feathers. It brightens or darkens those feathers in its back. And the cyans, I can do the same thing. In fact, a lot more of those are cyans. So obviously, you know, again, as usual, subtle is better. You don't want to go too far. And then say you go way up here and you're like, oh shoot, I messed up. You can just hit this and it'll revert everything back to what it was. But that's really it. It's simple to create a black and white adjustment layer, and then you have these options to modify it a little bit. But we did that by selecting on our background, going down to the adjustment layers, clicking on black and white, and it pops up our new black and white adjustment layer there. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found that useful. If you like the video, click like. If you want to see more videos on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to learn even more from me, then check out my complete Photoshop Mastery course for beginners. The link is in the description. It's on Udemy. It's full of projects that you can actually follow along with, images that you can download, and I'm always available to answer any questions that you have. Thanks, and have an awesome day.